When I first stepped into Nathalie Morin's house in Saudi Arabia in December 2017, I was shocked. The apartment was completely dilapidated, paint peeling off the walls, the air conditioning on its last legs, the kitchen in chaos, and 3 small bedrooms, 2 of which Nathalie and her 4 children shared. Nathalie had been living in Saudi Arabia for 13 years at that point. The slim, smiling young mother we saw in the news early on in her relationship with her Saudi partner had given way to a sad woman, face and body both swollen, hinting at health problems. Nathalie lived on the 3rd floor of a soulless building in a poor neighborhood in the city of Dammam, situated 400 kilometers from the capital, Riyadh. Her youngest child, Fawaz, aged 4, stared at a television screen whose color was washed out. The 3 other children were at school. Her partner, Saeed, was sleeping in one of the bedrooms with the door closed. He hadn't touched Nathalie since Fawaz's birth. It wasn't easy getting to meet Nathalie. First, I'd had to obtain an entry visa for Saudi Arabia, a country hostile to both women and journalists. For the past 2.5 years, I'd been knocking on doors, including that of the Saudi embassy in Ottawa, which had never answered me. I also called the Ministry of Culture and Information in Riyadh, which sent me back to my own embassy, which sent me back to the Saudis, forcing me to pivot on the spot in the labyrinths of bureaucracy. I scarcely dared to imagine Nathalie's 5-year process to obtain Saudi identification papers and her frustrations at the hands of narrow-minded civil servants who exacerbated the harassment and humiliation. Without papers, Nathalie did not exist. She was unable to work or to receive medical care. She only received her documents in January 2020. She lived like a pauper, obliged to beg to feed her children. Saeed did not lift a finger to help her. The Canadian government was well aware of her situation. One by one, her children returned from school. Samir, a strapping boy of 15, Abdullah, aged 11, with a delicate frame and a lively face, Sarah, sparkling Sarah, aged 9. They were preternaturally well-behaved. They are afraid of their father, Nathalie explained to me. Calmly, without shedding a single tear, she recounted her ordeal to me while Samir and Abdullah did their homework at the living room table. Saeed's violent outbursts, the forced sex, her isolation, her poverty, her health problems, her struggles with the Canadian government. For years, she had been fighting to return to Quebec with her children, but she kept running up against the Kafkaesque mysteries of Saudi bureaucracy and the staggering incompetence of the Canadian government, which refused to help her, really, in order to preserve its relations with the Saudi government.